The Red Sox could muster very little offense against Angels starter JC Ramirez, and tempers flared as John Farrell was ejected in the 7th inning in a 6-3 Angels win in the middle game of a 3-game set at Fenway Park. Welcome into the Boston Red Sox Newsfeed postgame recap. I'm Jess Thomas reporting for CLNS, a leading online provider of audio-visual coverage for the Boston Red Sox. Between the 2nd and 9th innings, the Red Sox only managed to get one hit. Out of the 9 innings, Boston went 1-2-3 in 5 of those innings. In the 9th, however, they made a comeback attempt, trailing 6-1 coming into the inning. Xander Bogaerts started the rally with a double, and with 2 outs, Andrew Benintendi walked before Hanley Ramirez bounced a ground rule double off the foul line in right field to make it 6-2. After Jackie Bradley Jr. walked, Christian Vazquez struck out on a terrible pitch that hit the plate, but the ball bounced over the screen behind home plate, and the run scored, and it was 6-3. Chris Young pinch hit for Devin Marrero, and the Angels countered with Blake Parker, and he struck out Chris Young on a 2-2 pitch to end the ballgame with the bases loaded down 3. Back in the 1st inning, David Price ran into trouble, giving up 3 hits and 1 run. Cole Calhoun and Albert Pujols each hit 1-out singles, and after an Andrelton Simmons strikeout, Martin Maldonado drove in Calhoun for an early 1-0 lead. Price limited the damage as he got Danny Espinosa to line out to center field to end the inning. Ramirez got through the minimum with a Bogaerts double play in the 1st inning, but Mitch Moreland got the Red Sox on the board with a solo home run to center field to tie the game at 1 in the 2nd inning. That would be the only Red Sox run until the 9th. As with the Angels in the 1st, the inning could have been blown up for Boston, as Benintendi singled and got to second on a boot by Calhoun in right field, but following a Ramirez strikeout and Jackie Bradley Jr. getting hit by the pitch, Vazquez and Marrero both grounded out to end any more of a threat. Both pitchers settled down at this point until Price gave up an unearned run in the 4th. Espinosa reached on a bad error by Bogaerts as he chucked the ball very wide of the first base bag. The Angels took advantage after Espinosa stole second. Eric Young Jr. ripped a double to right field to give the Angels a 2-1 lead that they would end up not relinquishing. On the other side, Ramirez set down 11 straight Red Sox hitters. Between JBJ's hit by pitch in the 2nd and a Mookie Betts double to lead off the 6th, Ramirez was perfect. But at that point, LA got another run off Price from a Luis Valbuena sac fly in the top of the 6th that made it 3-1. Boston couldn't take advantage of Betts' leadoff walk in the 6th as Ramirez retired 3 more in a row to end the frame and his outing. Price came out after 6 innings because, although he was economical and only had 1 walk, he had a high pitch count because of the tough 1st inning. His final line was 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts, and he was not pleased to lead the game. More on that in a bit. The Angels extended the lead in the 7th inning when Fernando Abad replaced Price. With 1 out, Cliff Pennington singled, and Cameron Maybin got his first hit of the series, driving home Pennington with an RBI double. After Maybin stole third, home plate umpire Ryan Blakeney called a balk on Abad for the 5th Angels run. Calhoun had called timeout, but Blakeney claimed Abad moved slightly before time was called. Manager John Farrell came sprinting out of the dugout, and after chatting with Blakeney, went over to crew chief Bill Miller, and the conversation got very heated as Miller ejected Farrell, which was his first of the season. It was a classic argument with tempers at a high and both men's mouths just mere inches from each other. Baseball misses these kind of arguments with replay reviews at this point, but this was the classic one. Bench coach Gary DiSarcina took over for the remainder of the game. After the game, Farrell said that he argued because time was clearly called before the balk was called. When Price came out of the game after 6, he called Carl Willis to the clubhouse for a conversation, and after the game, he said, quote, "There's a lot of stuff going on right now," end quote. The Sox will look to take the rubber game of the series on Sunday afternoon at 1:35 p.m. when newcomer Doug Fister makes his Red Sox debut against Angels starter Parker Bridwell, who will be making his 3rd career start. Be sure to tune in for pregame notes and a full recap from Lauren Campbell after the game. This has been Jess Thomas for CLNS.